Warning, this podcast contains Troy.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the CNN TV podcast for Fear the Walking Dead, Season 3, Episode 13, This Land is Your Land. I'm your host,
This land is my land.
Dom and John. No, it's the only words are "This land is your land."
From California.
I don't know what other words you could be talking about.
To the New York Island. I liked them playing the song at the end.
Yeah.
This episode was dark.
Yeah.
Dark as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Before we're talking about this episode, though, I did forget to mention something from last week's episode. That Jake, as him and Nick are going to try to stop Troy from leaving the Horde, he tells a story about how he found him just, flaying rabbits alive out on the ranch. And I feel like I said it at one point where it's like, I bet he tortured animals. Like, that's the thing you hear serial killers do when they're young. It's like, okay, skinning rabbits while they're still alive.
It seems like the classy thing to do.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to mention that because I feel like I said that earlier in the season, that he probably just went around killing animals.
And he did. And people.
Yeah. Will you graduate from animals to people?
This episode, though, there's one scene that really got to me. And stuff like that doesn't bother me. It was when the guy in the air vent was having like the panic attack because he was
crazy
like
dog had his panic
yeah
attack.
when he was like I started having a panic attack.
Yeah, I couldn't watch that. I'm like, oh god, now I feel like I'm stuck in a fucking bed.
Yeah, I like had to pause my DVR, get up and walk around and come back. Like I could not watch that in one scene.
I can move.
Like
I'm not stuck like he is.
I'm not a claustrophobic person, but when I'm in a space that I cannot physically move, if I'm locked in a room and I can move, I'm fine. But if I'm stuck somewhere and I can't turn around, then I'll start freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that really got to me, and I could handle a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Considering you've been redoing Saw.
Yeah.
But I think this was probably the darkest episode of both shows, honestly. Like, even the bat handling ceremony didn't even hold a candle to this.
No.
Like, that was violent, but this was just soul crushing.
It was, and on all aspects, physically, mentally, everything.
I really appreciate it, though. It was really well. I mean, like, kudos to Alicia, who plays Alicia.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. Alicia with an I or a Y?
Whichever one's correct.
The character's one and the actress is the other.
The character's an I, but I think the actor's a Y.
Okay.
That's at least what I'm going by, since all my notes say Alicia with an I. So. That's how I spell it anyway.
Yeah.
For the character. Yeah, no, seriously.
Or when I used to do notes for the Vampire Diaries, every single time I'd write Rebecca, I'd write it different. I started spelling it with a V, Rebecca.
Perfect.
Yeah, so they're in the bunker, in the pantry, I guess what they were calling it. And there's no air. I love Alicia on the floor doing the math with all the papers.
Yeah. This was something they actually talked about on The Talking Dead.
Yes.
And she goes, they actually handed me like 30 sheets of paper with the formula as to like how they would figure that out. And she goes, I just looked at it. I was like, no. Like, she's like, I legit was going to like try to understand it to see how it, nope. She's like, nope.
this was a like more of a sciencey show, it would have been like, according to my calculations, we have 2 hours of oxygen left.
And she would have put on glasses to push them up, just
to do that.
Or you could have just brought Eugene in and had him do it, and that would have been more believable.
I could make a chlorine gas bomb and then shit myself.
Don't talk to me about Eugene. I don't have to think about him for another couple weeks.
Okay. But he's the only one that I would believe just spitting it off the top of his head,
Oh, yeah, saying it like he was in a fucking sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Alicia knows at least one person is bit for sure because she sees him check his wound. And she addresses everybody. She's like, the bitten, please come forward. Give us the extra oxygen we need to probably live, hopefully. I was surprised as many people came forward as they did. It seemed like everybody, actually.
It definitely seemed like everybody, because I was waiting for somebody
to turn.
To not, and to turn and to take them all out. And I was just like, that's what's going to happen here. And
yeah, because I thought the old woman who Alicia was talking to, I thought she was going to turn. I was like, wait, she was in the circle. I thought she was...
Yeah, Christine.
Yeah.
One of them.
She just hung around a while. She was cool. And then she died.
Yeah.
A lot of that happens on this show.
Yep. Yeah. Just when you start becoming an interesting character.
Did you have lines ever? And now you have a lot of lines?
I have lines.
Watch out.
Sorry. Well, this one wasn't so like,
no.
Oh, gee, I see what you did. Like, we knew from the get-go, like, she's dead. All these people are dead. And
I didn't think everyone was going to die.
Yeah, I didn't think the whole thing was going to die.
No? Yeah, I did.
But here's the...
It's like, none of you guys are walking out of here. Like, if you don't got a main character title, if you're not named, not in the credits.
Well, Alicia was in there with them, so I didn't think like they would all die and Alicia's the only one that makes it out. Alicia. Like that's where I shifted. I went from they're all gonna live to literally everyone in the pantry's gonna die, including Alicia.
Yeah, I don't know how she didn't suffocate like everybody else did. That didn't make sense.
She was expending the most oxygen too.
Well,
she was like, oh, there's zombies walking around. She's using more oxygen to try to get them. And I was like, you'd pass out before that.
She also fell asleep.
Adrenaline or not.
Because she passed out out of just exhaustion, too. So maybe her falling asleep slowed her breathing enough that she was okay.
But I mean, everybody fell asleep. Everyone was on the floor.
Doesn't mean they fell asleep.
Mm.
That means they suffocated. We didn't actually see what happened to them. So technically, if you are awake and suffocating, it's a lot more gaspy and agonizing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when you start that, I'm having trouble breathing, you try breathing harder, and you go into like a panic. Where Alicia, if she'd passed out of exhaustion, her heart rate, everything is slowing down. Where she's got a little bit more, left in her. And if her body's already slowed down the oxygen intake, her body's used to having a lower amount. So that's the only logical explanation I come up with. It still seems unrealistic and not really plausible, but it's not impossible.
Well, plot oxygen mask.
Yes.
I was surprised by how many people came forward and was like, you know what, I'm bit. That's it.
And then Alicia, kill us. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask of her.
They gave her the moment of hesitation when she sort of hyperventilates.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. She's never had to put someone down like that in such a horrifying way.
Yeah, no, and she did it to like at least 10 people.
Yeah. I mean, at least I had the morphine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sucked.
Mm-hmm. Not great. And I like sort of her reaction and Crazy Dog's reaction that like they both kind of hyperventilated. I just like that.
Well, it's a panic attack. It's not just hyperventilating.
Yeah.
Not.
I was having a panic attack.
Yo, fuck that ventilation. It's like no. Everyone needs to stop crawling in ventilation shafts.
I knew exactly what was
How I feel in
blocking
elevators when the elevator's too small.
it.
For that.
I knew exactly what was blocking it. Like, it had to be a zombie.
Yeah.
What else is blocking it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, what else could it be?
It's not like it was a pile of rats that got their tails tangled together and were blocked. No, like...
I now have it stuck in my head. I just want a Rat King zombie. Just like all the zombies stuck together to make a giant fucking zombie.
I was hoping
logistically how that would work, but
I was hoping it'd be like a pile of snakes from Bloodborne.
No,
just in the vents. Because
I had such a hard time watching this scene, my head's not completely clear. Did we not have a rat in the air shaft?
No.
No.
Is that like the first time in the history of TV or movies that there wasn't a rat in the ventilation shaft?
Yeah, probably.
Because like,
the James Bond movies, there's one little idiot skittering by.
Yeah, always. I think maybe Mission Impossible was the only other time. The first one anyway.
Yeah.
Even then, I'm not sure.
But and that was even like they were in there for a long ass time.
Yeah.
They said it was like an hour.
Yeah. I mean, I would be one of the first people to volunteer to do it, but if I had to turn around in the ventilation shaft, that's when I have a problem. I don't have a problem with confined spaces like that. I could crawl through a ventilation shaft that size, no problem. But as soon as I got into a position where I had to turn around and felt like I was stuck, that would be a problem.
Yeah.
I go exploring through caves. I have a mountain near me that has caves that are smaller than that I go through. And I have no problem. But if I was to get stuck in that, yeah, I'd flip the fuck out.
Yeah, and then he passes out with Ophelia standing on his shoulders.
Yeah,
I don't know how they can like break a leg.
Also exhausted.
Yeah, well,
and lack of oxygen.
And no air.
Yeah. So, but we did get a little backstory about him too, which is cool. We found out that he had a son. And
we already knew he served in the military.
Now, what happened to them? Are they still in the air vents?
No, they're out. They're on the truck.
Yeah, they came out.
At the end of the episode, they were on the truck.
Yeah. So, I guess they were like heading back when everyone died. And then by that point, the oxygen was back on, so Alicia was able to get up and kill everything.
Yeah, she did that.
She did do that.
She was a badass.
She is a badass. And all of that, it would be so easy for anyone to just like then after that traumatic thing just go along and go with them to the dam. She's like, no, this is all bad for me. Like, Mom, I don't want what you want. I'm gonna go.
I think I think Aisha Tyler on The Talking Dead said it the best when she's just like, Maddie, you're literally the worst person ever. Like, everything you touch, you destroy. And I think, she goes, I think Alicia sees it.
Yeah.
And, Alicia just needs some time to herself. She doesn't want to follow her mom. And, but at the same time, it's great because you have, not only Alicia wants to go off on her own, Nick wants to make sure she's okay. And then you have Maddie who has to accept that her kids are growing up and they're gonna want to go and do their own things. They're not always gonna want to follow her path, so she kind of has to accept that. And it's in a weird spot because like if Travis was still around, would they have done that? Would Alicia have done that? I don't think so.
Probably not, because I think Travis balanced Maddie out.
Yeah.
enough that her.
But is everything that
Twisted
Maddie did the reason why Alicia needs to leave? Or, I don't know.
It's probably everything up until now.
It's all of
Because
this, yeah.
we talked about in previous seasons how when it comes down to it, Maddie gives all her attention and love to Nick, and Alicia's often left off to the side a little.
La La
And I
Land.
think that's taken a toll too, because she even says to the woman she's having that whole conversation with, I used to be close with my brother when we were younger. Then everything, then it changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Madison made it so they can't be. That's the thing. I mean, not let alone the addiction issues, but Madison also. I mean, she favors him. That's the easiest way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think she actually does, but yeah, it definitely appears that way. She gives Nick more attention because he needed it.
Yeah.
And now I can't remember. There was something Maddie said to Alicia that made it seem like. I mean, Alicia. Because Alicia is the stronger one.
Yeah.
She is the more independent one. She is the more competent one. She doesn't need, to be propped up. But then I think Alicia definitely felt less love coming from her mother because of it.
Yeah. Well, it's not only her mother tells her to be strong. Like we see when she's killing these people and she's almost on the verge of a breakdown that she can't handle it. Like everybody, no, we expect you to do this. You have to be strong for us. Like everybody expects her to be strong. It's not just her mother.
She doesn't catch a break.
Yeah. She's still a kid, don't forget. Like she needs to be a kid.
You don't get to be a kid in the zombie apocalypse.
Tell that to Judith.
Judith doesn't get to be a kid. That baby's gonna start holding a knife next season. Mark my words.
Tell that to Troy.
On her out the knife. Yeah. Little ass kicker. Oh, don't. No, Troy. Listen, I think Alicia knows he had something to do with Jake's death. It's only going to be a matter of time.
She's not stupid.
Nick is covering for him again.
He is, but at the same time, we're seeing a bit of shift in Troy.
Are we though?
We are. Like he's like basically he saved Nick.
Yeah.
And,
he saved Nick.
Right.
Yeah.
So he thought of somebody other than himself. So that's a bit of a shift. A bit. I'm not saying it's a total fucking makeover.
Yeah. But he's...
And he also offered him to, like, all right, there's one bullet left in the chamber when they're in the helicopter.
Yeah.
It's like, for me or for you?
So it's a...
Like, he could have just been like, well, bye.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shift.
But we know Troy doesn't want to kill himself. He wants somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
So he's handing Nick the gun, hoping that Nick is just going to shoot him.
Yeah.
I think it's a
I think what it is though. I think what it is though is the loss of his brother changed him. I think that's what it is.
I don't think it's
I don't think it changed. Yes, I agree with you. I don't think it's a full blown 180, 360, whatever you want to call it, makeover. But it's changed him. It's changed him, as minor as it may be. It's changed him, and Nick sees that, and Nick sees it as an opportunity to bring him all the way. Whether that's going to be the case or not, that's what Nick sees. That's why Nick covers for him.
And more importantly, at least all the adults are together.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad, like, they didn't go along with Madison this time. Because, like, really, we're going to go to the dam, it's going to be safe. Like, there's 1,000 complications.
Yeah.
Just getting there. And then the dam's constantly under siege.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only that, they're stopping at the trading post.
Right.
They're not going directly to the dam. They're going to the trading post first.
They're not well liked there.
No.
And do we remember how they got to the dam in the first place? They had to park and abandon their truck and then crawl through poopy sewer. Like, are they going to do that again? They're going to leave the water truck? Like,
Well, no, because they're welcome now.
They snuck into the dam last time because
Okay,
they
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want to get blown up on their way in.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
And they look down into the valley at the ranch, just burning, and I'm like, I got really sad because the ranch was such a compelling landscape, and now we're going to the dam, which it's compelling in its like the conflicts that happen there, but visually and aesthetically, it's not as compelling.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Yeah. I mean,
If we get more
I-
stuff out in the desert, I think I'll be happy. But if it's all in the
well,
dam, I'm going to be bored.
we're also going to get to see where Alicia's going, like
Yes,
the
that's-
cabin that Jake was talking about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
So-
changes the setting for us a bit.
And God knows that dam's not going to last long. I don't think.
Oh God, no.
No, because there was already the conflict of just open the dam, let the water go to the people. Like, that's where that story's gonna head. You know, like there's
Yeah.
gonna be
It has to end there.
the people are gonna attack and they're gonna open the water and then they're gonna lose the dam. There's gonna be no reason for them to sit there at the dam
Or-
because they have to sit
or-
and wait for the water to build back up. You know, like
I mean, or even Ephraim might just do it himself because he's on that. He's
Yeah.
on that train.
Yeah,
So-
and I mean, if Ephraim and Lola find out, because I mean, that was sabotage.
hmm
What Daniel and Strand did. When they find out what actually happened, that might just be, oh yeah, fuck it, let's let the water loose.
yeah.
You totally like manipulated me into doing this.
Yep.
Oh wait, we're gonna have some problems. How many guns do they have right now? Because the whole deal they made was water for guns. And if they come back and we're like, oh, the ranch is gone, we don't have any guns, like,
Also, we're living here now.
yeah, exactly.
Or,
That's
you know,
gonna be a
yeah.
problem. So Lola doesn't like them.
It didn't even seem like they got out with a lot from the pantry.
No.
I don't know though.
I don't. We
'Cause
were
it didn't
focused
seem like
on Maddie and Alicia more than anything, and we did see a lot of guns that didn't have ammo. You know, because Alicia
Yeah.
was looking for it. I don't know what the other people that rushed in there took.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
They probably couldn't stick around for too long because the walkers were probably going to circle back.
And I believe that a lot of the guns weren't in the pantry too.
No, because they armed everyone.
The nation.
That was, yeah, when they set up the trailers.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
they probably don't have any guns. That's not going to go well.
Well, I don't know. I feel like the guns are scattered around the outside of the ranch. So I
No,
don't
that
know.
would still be on the inside of the ranch, which they wouldn't have had time to grab because the walkers were coming back. So they probably don't. They probably have enough guns for themselves and none to trade. So
Thank God Rick's not here because then I'd be like, guns, 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 Carl.
let's get the guns.
let's go Farmville, Carl. Rick was playing Farmville 2 seasons ago.
And then he killed all the pigs.
Rick has sent you a request to give him crops in Farmville. Rick needs extra coins.
I'm unfriending Rick right now.
Oh, God.
I've blocked him. Rick has sent your request for Mafia Wars.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I had something else to say about Alicia. Yeah, I think she made a healthy choice, not.
Well, that and her
Oh,
boyfriend's
well.
dead.
Yeah, that wasn't easy news.
I think that's what put her over the edge completely.
Mhm.
You know, she's like, no, now I'm definitely I need to be alone.
Well, also,
Yeah.
it's what the woman said, don't make any decisions based on fear, which is exactly what Maddie's doing.
Right.
We're going to go
Oh,
there 'cause it's
absolutely.
safe. Because we're afraid
Yeah.
to be out, exposed.
Yeah.
And Alicia's like, no.
How do you think she's
I don't
gonna
wanna go
take
there.
the news to find out that her brother's following her?
Not great, I would imagine.
I would tell him to go fuck off.
I'm curious how she's gonna find out, if he's just gonna confront her, or if she's gonna end up in a situation where it looks like she can't handle herself, and Nick comes in to save the day, and then she gets mad at him because she had it the whole time, kind of, you know, like.
I don't know if any of that's gonna happen, because they might just follow, see where she is, and then go find Maddie. That might just be all that happens.
That would be really boring, but yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I don't think she'd mind that Nick was following her. I think the problem is that Troy's tagging along.
Is Troy tagging along?
He's in the car.
He's driving.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Troy's driving. Nick
I, for whatever reason, my head was putting those scenes in reverse order. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't see her liking that much. So,
no.
But, like, I feel like if Alicia was by herself the whole time, we wouldn't have a lot of dialogue with her, and it'd be really boring, so I feel like she's got to at least either meet some new characters, or, maybe ones from the web series or something. And
well, we're on the wrong side of the border for that. But
true.
We did, the other season, just have Ophelia by herself in the desert, and those scenes were plenty compelling. I don't think she really needs to talk for what she does to be interesting.
That's Ophelia.
I think, or at least what I want, is for her to pass by the gorge that the horde came down and see the shell, the explosion points, and realize it was deliberate.
Yeah, I mean, the actress was talking on Talking Dead.
And then she can kill Troy, and I'll be happy.
The actress was talking on Talking Dead, and Alicia was like, I think somebody from the audience had asked her, if you could be any character on the show other than Alicia, who would you be? She goes, I would be Troy. I'd be a female Troy. And I would love to see that too. She goes, it'd just be really compelling to play a character of that depth. And I'd love to see Alicia like take a dark turn in that direction, and have to get pulled back. I think it would be a very interesting arc for her.
Yeah.
You can't pull Troy back though. He's Gollum. Too far.
He could pretend. He could pretend like he's getting pulled back.
I mean, because honestly, I think any other fucking cast of characters with any friggin' sense would ever put a bullet at him a long time ago.
It's Shane all over again.
Yeah,
like I don't know why. Just Maddie and Nick just need to have this need to keep him alive.
Troy is what Shane would have become if they didn't put Shane down.
Thank God they put Shane down.
Shane was heading in this direction.
Like, Nick sees himself, and Madison sees another Nick.
Yeah.
So,
and
I
think the distinction there is that the difference there is that Shane actually took a turn. Troy's been crazy the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, they got to witness that. But I'm saying if Shane was left, to live. And
he would have
become, and then he no, not that he would have, not necessarily that, but I just mean say he was exiled, and didn't go back to that group. That's what he would become when he finds another group. He'd be that kind of person. The same way Maddie and them ran into Troy. I just feel like that's what Troy. I mean, that's what Shane would have become.
Mm-hmm. Next episode is called El Matadero. I'm sorry. I apologize to the Spanish language. Alicia encounters a potential ally. Ophelia fights for survival. Nick uses his skill set for profit.
Drug peddling?
I'm sorry for the Spanish language.
Yeah,
I apologize to the entire language.
Spanish language.
Yes.
Yeah, I Ophelia fights for survival, and it singles Ophelia out because she's on the truck with everyone else, so I wonder why it's singling her out. They are riding on the back of the truck. I'm expecting one of them to fall off.
Yeah, hit a bump.
I fell and it hurt a little.
Down a hill. I guess there's not really only so many people you can fit in the cab of that truck.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right.
Whatever. We're almost done, guys. It's almost over.
Yep.
2 weeks, 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Dom, where can people find you?
You can find me down below at Phenomedom. Phenomedom.
Phenomedom. John?
You can find me at No More Never on Twitter.
You can find
Cursing
me
out Cuphead.
Doing what?
Cuphead.
Cursing out Cuphead.
You can find me at Cleomoto, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Till next time. Bye, guys. Ophelia, so sorry for yourself.
Guys, my crop's just withered. I need to send 6 requests to resuscitate my crops.
Give your crops CPR.
Mouth to mouth.